It's like this, all right? Women are like food, okay? They come in four different types, right? What do you mean? Okay. Well, home cooked. They're the kind that you can bring home to mother. And gourmet, okay? Gourmet is the best around. But those bitches are way too expensive to have all the time. And then you got leftovers, okay? Those are the ones that someone else has already cooked. And no matter how many times you heat them up, it's not really that good. What about junk food? Well, you know you're not supposed to eat it, but everyone else is doing it. It's cheap, it's easy, it's disposable.
What is that? That's the fat secretary. Can't you tell? She's pretty hard to miss.
Hi, I'm Barbara. Did you just start?
Yeah, I'm Tammy. What kind of flour is that?
Oh, it's sow's bread.
Sow's bread, like pig food. How fitting.
It was a gift from my husband Dan before the accident. Anyway, I had to bring it from home because the cats kept trying to eat it.
Oh, you have cats. I hate cats. They're so dirty.
Oh, Tammy, there you are. I have some more paperwork for you to fill out.
Well, it was nice to meet you. Barbara? God, Barbara, are you gonna eat all of that? You eat so much. You're disgusting.
That girl's a harder to kidnap.
Hello there, ladies. Now, who is this?
Good morning, Mr. Burke. This is Tammy. Tammy, this is Mr. Burke, Kathleen's husband.
Well, hello, Tammy. I do believe that you are now the most beautiful girl in the office.
Thanks.
This is a professional office, Mr. Burke.
Yeah, you have to watch what you say around here. The walls have ears.
Come on, let's get you settled in.
Hello, Cupcake. Is Kathleen in?
Well, yes, Mr. Burke. Shall I let her know you're here?
Nah, I'll just make myself known. It was only a couple days.
I know you spent the entire weekend with that little red-headed slut in Chicago.
No, it's a fucking bullshit. She's a sales associate. She means nothing. It's strictly business.
Get the hell out of here.
Oh, that's so sad. Imagine being so fat that you knock your own chair over with your fat ass. Honestly, I'm surprised that you can even fit into that chair, Barbara. How can you stand yourself?
Well, crawled into your panties and bit your snatch.
Oh, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Forrest. If you just tuned in, then we are preparing a delicious dish. Let's go over the ingredients, shall we? 1 young, pretty lady, age 25 or less, to make sure that they're not too ripe. A nice chair, 10 feet of good rope at least. And also, we will need some snack cakes and crackers. Make sure that the nuts are good and tight. I like to use army knots to make sure that the subject doesn't move around too much. Let's go ahead and make sure that the subject doesn't scream. So we're going to go ahead and break apart 1 or 2 of our snack cakes. Tip her head back. Nice and subtle. Open up her mouth. There you go. So if she wakes up, there is no screams. Now we need to scoop out the ice. You can use either a melon baller, a corkscrew, or a rusty old spoon. Well, usually I use protection, but I like to go bareback. Come on. Now place your eyeball between 2 crackers, like so. It makes a lovely hors d'oeuvre. So light and juicy. Now it's time to garnish. Let's go ahead and do 2 of the snack cakes that you have left over on your plate, and go ahead and just stick them. Take the utmost care when placing the bag over the head so you do not mess up those lovely garnishes. Now remember, pull the bag down over the head tightly so asphyxiation occurs quickly. And there you have it. Tune in next time when we will be making the Mrs. Forrest world famous bundt cake. Till then, God bless. Toodles.
£500 man eats way out of own house for ice cream.
Oh, I wondered who that belonged to. I bet you think he's pretty fucking hot, don't you? Gonna sneak it into the bathroom with you later?
What in God's name did I do to you, Michelle? Why are you always so hateful?
How can you be so fucking fat? If I were as fat as you, I think I'd kill myself. You know, maybe if you didn't eat so much, you wouldn't take up so much space. How do you like that, you fucking pig?
What the hell?
So hungover right now. The party was crazy. Did you see Mr. Burke last night? I thought that girl was gonna puke.
I know, he's a smarmy prick, alright.
Mr. Burke thinks he can get away with anything.
He can, let's face it. He's charming as hell. Everybody in the office has a crush on him, and even Barbara drools over him.
Barbara? You mean she has a crush on Mr. Burke?
Yeah, haven't you seen how fucking googly-eyed she gets whenever he's around?
Good point.
Ugh.
Dear God, could you imagine them together?
Oh my God, do you mean like fucking?
He'd get sucked in if you could even find the hole. Or she'd eat him. Alright, well, I gotta go. See you at Becky's.
Yeah, see you there.
Oh, welcome back to Cooking with Mrs. Forrest. Hello again, and you've guessed it, I'm Mrs. Forrest. Today we're making a wonderful dish. It's steak tartare. It's a great entree for you and your family. First of all, we'd like to go over the necessities for this dish. You'll need a meat tenderizer, and at least 10 feet of good, strong rope, a meat cutter, and of course, don't forget your snack case. Now, shall we get to the main ingredients, the main necessities down on the floor here? First, you gotta find you a nice, beautiful young woman, at least the age of 25, because you need to make sure that the meat is nice and lean. To bind the animal nice and tight. Make sure to leave legs accessible. Now, do you see how nice the meat on the legs look? Even though she is a young and tender specimen, the leg meat can be somewhat tough. So we are going to, first of all, have to tenderize the sweet, supple flesh. Alrighty then. Now shall we pound the meat repeatedly to make sure that it's nice and lean? Come with me. Now one thing that we need to do is break up those nasty kneecaps. You can't be squirming about if I'm going to make a delicate dish. You know that all God's creatures need to be tamed the right way. There we go, dear. Much better. Now that we've tenderized the meat, we're going to have to carve up those legs up into nice little pieces.
The body of another young woman was found brutally disfigured this morning in what authorities are speculating could be the work of a serial killer. Both women were tortured before death and dismembered, their corpses decorated with various food items.
Debbie, are you okay?
Barbara, where are the schedules? Didn't you do them on Friday like you were supposed to?
I put them in the copy room, just like I do every Friday.
Well, they're not there now. I couldn't hand out any of the schedules or the call sheets.
But I did them, Debbie, I swear.
Well, I can't find them.
Debbie, I found these in the shredder bin.
Oh, thank God. Maybe it was one of those ethnic cleaning ladies.
You know, people make mistakes, but you shouldn't rely on other people to do your job.
What do you mean? Well, this is a hell of a way to start the week.
Shit like that can get you fired, you fat fucking cow. Then how will you feed your fat ugly face?
I hate that fat lazy bitch. We have to do over half of her work for her. I told you she was lazy.
Paula, really, she's never had problems like this before.
She's becoming more and more worthless every day. I see her sleeping at her desk sometimes. Ever since her husband died, she has gotten so huge. I told you have to be that lazy to be that fat. I'm afraid I'm gonna walk by her desk one day and find her dead with a fucking cupcake in her mouth.
Paula, that's enough.
You know what else? She's got that fat person smell.
She's been through a lot this year.
Yeah, a lot of food.
I mean, with her husband dying in that accident?
I think it's a cop-out. There's no way you could get that fat unless you're that lazy. It just makes the rest of us look horrible.
She's just a waste of fucking skin. Nobody in their right mind would ever touch her.
Look, we've got work to do. It wasn't such a disaster that we couldn't fix it.
Well, if I hadn't checked in the shredder bin, it would have...
Just shut up, Paula. I'm sitting here trying to eat my lunch, and I don't want to listen to you bad-mouthing another coworker.
Have you seen how much she eats?
She's just in a bad place right now. I'll talk to her. For now, we've got work to do, so let's get back to it then. Barbara, I didn't know you were in here. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I could have sworn I had those schedules done, just like every Friday. Maybe I am going crazy.
Well, you've just been under a lot of pressure lately. Try not to let it get to you.
Or maybe it was Michelle.
Hello. How's the most beautiful girl in the office?
Mr. Burke.
Can you tell Mrs. Kathleen that I was here?
Sure thing, Mr. Burke.
You can call me Steve.
Steve.
Sweet cheeks. Hello, Cupcake. You feeling alright?
I'm fine, Steve. Can I get you some coffee? Kathleen
No.
might need a few minutes.
Well, yeah, some coffee sounds great. Thank you.
He's not gonna care, you know.
Fuck off and get the hell out of my way.
Don't fucking talk to me like that unless you want a fist in your fat fucking face.
Don't you ever get tired of being a raging bitch?
Ladies, can I please have everyone in my office now?
Barbara, would you please wait out here?
Okay.
And why don't you just go home?
I don't mind. It's kind of important. You going to drink that anytime soon?
Oh, no, excuse me.
All right, Steve. What's so important?
Shall we? First of all, I did not make a formal.
You know what? I'm done. I've had it. I'm done.
They do that a lot, don't they?
It's none of our business.
They're getting a divorce. Sorry.
I can't believe you're trying to pull this bullshit. Get the hell out of my office.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Well, let's get back to work.
What are you hiding in here for? Trying to spy on more people's conversations? Eavesdropping is a really shitty thing to do, you know.
Shut up.
No, not if you went and tattled on us like a goddamn 5-year-old. Look at me, fat ass.
Tammy's the one who...
No, leave her out of this. Listen here, you made me look bad, and I don't put up with that shit. So do it again, and I'll fuck up your life so bad that you'll wish you were never born. Got it?
If you lay a hand on me, I will break you like a twig, you skinny, bulimic little bitch.
Like you did, Dan. You fat fucking bitch!
Is everything okay?
Yeah, I just spilled my soda is all.
Oh, okay.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Cooking with Mrs. Forrest. Now today's a special day. Today we are going to experiment something with international flavors. We are going to go with something very big. When I was in Tijuana, I did an extra large show. Preparado de lengua. For those of you guys that don't know this is a special recipe. This means, in Spanish, or in Mexican, or in Peruvian, it means tongue sandwich. Now this one can get a bit messy, so make sure that you have everything covered. First, we will have to slice the bread nice and clean. Always remember to have a cutting board with you, so you do not damage the nice coriander. Make sure you get every stroke. And for that authentic south of the border taste, we're gonna go with a little darker meat. It shouldn't be too hard to find. Of course, you can get some on any street corner.
Mira, madama, sucia punta pendeja, ¿dónde está?
Now, senorita, you will spoil the meat with that filthy mouth.
Silence is golden. Now that we have some peace and quiet, let's go ahead and retrieve the tongue. Of course, you need your tongs. Oh, and of course, make sure you do use a knife. much better. Mrs. Forrest likes to make sure that we get it straight from the root. We take the tongue, make sure it goes in between both pieces of bread. Like so. And of course, whenever you look at it, it may look like it's talking to you or sticking its tongue out at you, but that's okay. It just makes it more valuable. Dear, that tongue is a real bear to try and chew. So sometimes it's better to just go and put it on top of here and go ahead and tenderize it just a little bit more. Now that your tongue is nice and tenderized, go ahead and fold it in half and place your tongue nice and firmly between the two buns. Makes a nice snack. Now, of course, since your sandwich is speaking for itself and you don't need really any jalapenos or any lettuce, just go and take a bite out of that scrumptious meal. The dream. And there we have it. Emperadado de lengua. And we mustn't forget dessert. Oh my. We are out of time. Just remember, Mrs. Forrest and Jesus say adios. God bless.
Excuse me?
Can I help you with something?
I have a delivery for Barbara Coleman.
That's me.
Just... Thanks. Have a nice day. Thanks.
Oh, those are so pretty. Whose are they?
They're, mine.
Oh, well, who are they from?
They're from my cousin, Charlie. It's kind of a sort of silly joke.
Oh, that's so nice. I wish I was close to my cousins. We're not very close at all.
That bitch!
Barbara, is everything okay, dear? Barbara, are you having a heart attack?
No, I'm just startled is all.
Oh, no. I forgot to tell you I found this morning. One of the maintenance people must have knocked it over the weekend. And when I came in, your poor little plant was all dried up. Barbara, are you sure you're okay? You're looking a little pale.
It was just an accident.
Yeah. These things happen. I'm sorry I startled you.
Not even a piece of fucking gum.
Lose something?
Oh, no, I'm just not feeling very well and I seem to be out of all the pink stuff.
Oh.
What the fuck did I do to deserve this? And why the fuck are you crying? Why does she hate me so much?
I'm not feeling very well. I think I might head home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go home and get some rest. Feel better.
Oh, hello, boils and ghouls. Welcome to a special Halloween edition of Cooking with Miss Force. Today we are doing a traditional treat, wax lips. This is a very easy one and we'll have lots of fun doing it. To make this traditional favorite, all we need is a cauldron, blocks of paraffin wax, and, of course, our traditional witch. And today's recipe isn't only fun Halloween treat, but it also gets your witch to confess their wicked ways. that they sold their souls and bodies to the devil. Now, are you ready to confess?
I haven't done anything! Why are you doing this?
That's not what I asked you. Oh, now let me ask you again. Are you Satan's whore?
What? No, who the fuck are you, you crazy bitch?
Profanity. That's not to be tolerated by me or by our Heavenly Father. Now that we let the wax cool down, let's go ahead and hear a word from our sponsors, shall we? Take a break to the commercial.
Ladies, are you furious with the way your man treats you? Well, maybe you are the one to blame. Failure to practice internal cleanliness often results in needless tragedies such as broken homes, few social invitations, and the feeling of being shunned without knowing why. A modern woman realizes how important hygiene is to her health and married happiness. After her periods, Mystic Reviewer can be used to combat offensive odors even worse than bad breath or body odor, an odor she herself may not even detect, but it is oh so apparent to those around her. Mystic Reviewer deodorizes not by masking, it actually destroys, dissolves, and removes odor-causing waste substances. Mystic Reviewer has amazing proven power to kill germs dead on contact. It truly cleanses the vaginal canal, even in the presence of filthy mucus matter. Mystic Reviewer gives both internal and external protection, leaving one with such a refreshing and dainty feeling. So clean! You make sure of your feminine daintiness when you douche with Mystic Reviewer. Complete douching instructions are included with every bottle. Get your Mystic Reviewer douche kit wherever Turnberry cosmetics are sold.
Welcome back, all you goblins. I think it's about time that we harvest those lips. First, you will need a sharp knife. And I like to start from the base to make sure that you do not crack or disturb the tissue. Make sure you cut it nice and slow so you don't cut your delicate creation. You can use some of those juices to make your lips look more flush and subtle. That's all that we have today, folks. Join us next time with another Cooking with Mrs. Forrest. Happy Halloween.
A fourth victim was found in what police are calling the junk food slayings. All of the victims have been women under the age of 25. The women's bodies mutilated and garnished with various snack cakes and delicacies. Anyone with information is urged to please contact the police immediately.
Where'd Michelle put the rest of it?
Michelle, don't you mean Tammy?
No, I mean Michelle. Tammy's turn is next week.
Who's Michelle?
Ha ha, very funny. Bitch.
Hey Barbara, you doing alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. Why?
Well, Paula said you'd asked about Tammy doing the call sheets.
It's Michelle's turn this week. Jesus! Michelle's poisoning the whole fucking office.
We can do both at the same time.
I think we should. Hey, do you want to go out with us tonight?
Oh,
Barbie doesn't want to go out tonight. She's got too much to do. A gallon of ice cream doesn't eat itself, you know.
What are you afraid of, that I'll drop dead on the dance floor?
What did you say?
That's a bit much, don't you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. I really do have a lot to do tonight, though. Thanks for inviting me. You guys have fun.
He was so nice to me tonight. He brought me a few drinks. Flirting with me like a horn dog. I mean, I don't have the heart to tell him that I'd rather fuck a corpse than let him lay a finger on me, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with a guy buying a girl a few drinks, right? I thought you were at home. You know, anything is better than walking.
Coffee that I've ever had.
Yeah, you hit the mark on this thing.
Well, they didn't even have real cream. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Excuse me for a second. Sorry, Bobby, I'm gonna need your name, please.
Barbara Coleman?
I'm gonna have to ask you a few questions.
Kathleen, what's going on?
Tammy. Tammy's dead.
Tammy's dead?
She never made it home Friday night. The police found her body early this morning. The office will be closed all week. The police want to ask us some questions and then we can all go home.
Why couldn't it have been her? Poor Tammy.
Barbara Michelle Coleman.
Couldn't have been her. Poor Tammy.
Who's Michelle? Mr. Burke thinks he can get away with anything. Michelle. Barbara has a crush on him? Who's Michelle?
Ms. Coleman, could you come with us? I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Damn that Steve. Pulling his usual shit yesterday, especially after that whole mess with Tammy. Poor Tammy.
A 19-year-old Wyoming girl was found east of Laramie, her legs submerged in buckets of ice in an attempt to induce extreme frostbite leading to amputation. Her name has not yet been released, but the girl is reported to be in stable condition. In other news, a local woman, Barbara Michelle Coleman, was arrested early this morning for the murders of 5 local women and that of her husband, Dan Coleman. Miss Coleman, when questioned, confessed to the murders and stated that she was the junk food killer. She had no statement to make to the press and was arrested without incident.
Her?
It's been 2 years
She
since the gruesome
confessed?
murders that occurred at the Atlas Theater. but the town has yet to forget. The people of Cheyenne
bastard.
gathered today for a candlelight vigil to remember
Never
those
thought
who
of
lost their
using
lives.
her.
We spoke with one of the survivors.
What do you think, honey? Oh, that's right. You can't.